Well, here we are right back again. As you already know, this is Legacy of Leaders. I'm your host, Jamar Suber, and I talk to entrepreneurs all the time who inspire us to go higher. And today isn't any different. I'm with Tim Jones of Boskeeta Security and Protection. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jamar, for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
Man, so listen, I'm going to dive straight in. You have a ton of security experience. And just so we're clear, not financial security, not security cameras, but we're talking about armed and unarmed security, correct?
Correct, absolutely,
okay.
Yes.
Tim, where did you get your start?
Oh, man, wow. Years ago, I started bouncing in a nightclub.
Okay.
And it intrigued me so much that I wanted to make a career out of it. But there's not a lot of pay in bouncing in a nightclub. So I looked into it and decided the best option would be to become a professional bodyguard. And I took a couple of courses, certifications, got into the martial arts. And in about a 5-year span, I got my first break. Met a guy and he brought me in along with Arista and Bad Boy Records. And that's how I started bodyguarding.
That's great. That's great. Now you're sitting here very modest. I know MTV, BET, and all the others, but I'll let you play it low key for a while.
Well, I come from the era where, we didn't take pictures, we didn't post things, we just didn't do those things. It was just a job. I don't take it lightly. My resume is impeccable. I have a great resume actually, which includes BET, MTV, CMX Sports and Entertainment, in the boxing world, UFC as well. I don't take it lightly. It's just that we don't put those things out there unless it's for a client that needs to know what you did, your resume, so to speak. So that's why I don't put it out there. It's just
Absolutely.
not. I come from that school where now these are accolades that people put out all the time, and I just don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you think about transitioning from being in the world of bodyguard into security agency with Boskeeta, what was the driving force behind starting your own?
Well, as a bodyguard, I was freelance. We worked with certain teams. I worked with certain individuals all the time. It was the same crews, but I wanted more. I looked at it as, how do I monetize not just me going out, but other people? And when you're running into other bodyguards that are freelance, you're kind of just giving away jobs, if you will. When you come into the patrol side of security, event security, that's where you need the agency, the insurance, and you're able to hire people to give them jobs and train properly, because that's one thing that we have to do is train. We have to have customer service-based skills and things of that nature. So that's why I made the transition from being a solo person into going into it, overseeing and hiring people and creating jobs for other people. That's how we came into that.
And speaking of creating jobs for other people, just in our conversations, I know helping people take care of families is important to you. Talk to me about that.
We all have to take care of our families. Security, I think sometimes is underrated. However, there's a lot of money to be made in security if you're willing to do the work. So when we look at an 18-year-old coming out of high school and he doesn't want to go to college, and security is a good avenue for him to get into with the proper training. He can become an asset and take care of a family financially, even though it's a little dangerous to it, he can do it. And that's male and female, because people forget about the female side of it that's needed. So that's how I look at it when we're saying about family values. If you're with the right team of security officers that can train you, especially if they come from a military background, because I've never been in the military, but I got training for militant people. The core values are there. So, if you're in the entertainment side, there's not a lot of, you can be out there, but it is a good base to provide for your family.
Okay, great.
So I promote that.
Yes.
I teach people males that there's a lot of enticing things out there, but it's up to you to be strong. And if you're going to be a strong security officer, security guard, a bodyguard, then you need those skills to maintain and say, look, I have a family, I'm trying to create a family, I'm trying to provide for a family. I'm here to do a job, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what type of services does Boskeeta provide?
Currently, like I said, our start was bodyguard. Currently, we do event security, which branching out into the hotel security side of it, protecting patrons and properties in that instance. We also do a lot of government side of contracts, child services facilities. What else we got? That's about it for the moment, but we're growing. Now, with that growth, we don't want to be a huge company. That's not in our portfolio. It's short, sweet, quality over quantity.
Great, that's great.
That's what we pride ourselves in. But we do want to build a community of people where they can get a career out of security.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's managing and finding that little line where we're not too big, but we're also able to provide. That probably will come with training later on down the line.
Well, Tim, this is definitely a conversation we'll have to continue. You know?
Absolutely. Jamar.
And I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming on to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it right here, quality over quantity, and Boskeeta is the perfect place to help you take care of your families. If you want to learn more about Tim Jones and Boskeeta Security and Protection, log on to dailynewsnetwork.com. You've watched Legacy of Leaders. I'm your host, Jamar Suber. So long.